Hey everyone, Strange one of me here today with yet another replay cast. We're looking at RNG-sama. Yep, that guy. Playing in a Akizuki with a double Aki Bismarck division. It's a very old replay actually, it's 0.6.0, build number 224196 if I remember the actual 6-digit number correctly. It's a while ago. You can kind of see that on the interface. It kind of feels like I don't know, for some reason it just feels like it's the old one. Anyways, you can see by the matchmaking that it's a tier 8 game, which is quite surprising for a bunch of tier 8 ships. Surprisingly, it's actually reasonably well balanced. This is obviously before the mirror matchmaking for the tiers and classes was implemented as a standard. But you can see 3 tier 8s there. Tier 8s, tier 8 destroyers, tier 8 destroyers. That's because the tier 8s, the top tiers, were still forced mirrored. But everything else wasn't really, so you can see we've got, an extra destroyer compared to them and some other weird oddities like that. Anyways, kicking this game off, we've got Tuccy in a destroyer over there on the other side. So, could be an interesting one. He mostly plays destroyers, so, yeah. Otherwise, North Cal, double German, Arizona Warships, not that major of a difference, I guess. And of course, Bayern. Outer Hipper is not really good, at least the fact that it wasn't. Fiji's are pretty solid. We get a Perth which can generate this really stupid smoke blob, which is absolutely hilarious. I love it. I did have a Perth replay which I think I played with, was it Jedi and RNG-sama as well. You can find that somewhere on my channel. It's incredibly boring, so I mean you probably wouldn't want to watch it, but I probably should have played it at 4 times speed, maybe then it would have been fun. But, yeah, kicking off, heading towards Alpha using our engine boost. Akizuki, very slow ship. And, yeah, nothing really too special about it, really. I mean, slow ship. Oh, we even had the KOTS flag back then. That's a real long time ago then, definitely. It's been a long time since we've held that honor. But yeah, what is Aki about? Well, not really fast, not really well maneuverable for a destroyer. It's a fleet escort anti-aircraft destroyer, so obviously gets pretty good AA. And with the 10cm guns, if you get a broadside destroyer or broadside anything that you're at close quarters, so you can shoot AP at them for quite some good damage, believe it or not. Otherwise, with HE, you've just, you're pretty much a worse HE spam boat than pretty much any other destroyer, other than the fact you get so many shells outgoing, you can actually deal a lot of substantial damage to stuff. And it's pretty obvious we're not in fishing spec, and we are being RPF. So, heading into Alpha though, torpedoes are loaded. Hipper in the distance, out of range at 10k torps. And it looks like we've got a Cyclone coming in. That could be pretty annoying if they had radar, but they don't have radar, so it's actually pretty sweet for us. Now we spot the North Carolina, no one's actually contesting the capture at the moment, it's just us. We are actually spotted, there's Tuccy with a Benson, so we're instantly torpedo reload boosting. And going to put a smoke screen down. Akak working on the plane. Gonna open fire on Tuccy over there. With AP on the broadside, you can see 2k damage with a pretty substantial reload. Need to swap into HE now, so the second salvo didn't really achieve anything. But fish are already in the water, second salvo's loaded, so we've got them available if we need them. But it looks like that Nyoko might take a couple. And, well, a couple is really lethal, honestly. So we actually torped the Benson. We then torped the Miyoko, who didn't notice them. So both of us died at the same time. We get first blood dev strike, a double dev strike, with a double strike. So 2 kills in the opening stages of the game. Incredibly good move. North Carolina takes one for 17,000 damage at the back of the map as well. Inbound counter torpedoes, but they were not a problem. They were pretty easily dodged. And now it's just a matter of poking in the North Carolina, but first salvo, 4 for 4 flooding, 2 kills, that is pretty damn incredible of a result. Continuing to poke the North Carolina, not really the greatest result shooting AP at him like this, but hey, whatever you get, you get. I definitely would swap HE and shoot the Arizona, because Arizona's, it's a tier 6, so superstructure is thinner, and the deck is control 25, so we have a higher chance of being able to poke that to death. But there we go, 1 point, you know, getting some 1k, 2k salvos every now and then. Broadside Arizonas, you're better off shooting AP at them, but in general, I mean, if we have IFHE, we might as well just spam HE, it's the better thing to do. And there we go, HE up to North Carolina, definitely the better thing to do. Might be a little bit distracting this, so you know what, let's just fully zoom ourselves in so you can see kind of what's going, you know, a little bit more clean shots overall, so it's not constantly looking around. It doesn't really look that well in replays, but up at 76,000 damage, continuing to poke the Arizona. Looks like we're setting a couple at the North Carolina, but a div may takes the kill on that. Continuing to engage with the Arizona, there's nothing really better for us to be doing at the moment. I mean, you know. Oh, by the way, watch the map. This is before stealth fire nerfs, so 8.9 kilometer stealth firing range. So if you're more than that distance away, even if you're shooting, nobody's actually going to spot you shooting. That's pretty sweet back then, but also pretty bullshitty. I mean, it was, I wouldn't say it was generating the world's most, you know, fun gameplay experience for those being poked like that, especially by some of the cruisers, like Zao with 15.4 kilometer stealth firing range. You had a lot of, you know, sniping Zaos was the meta back then. Yeah, having a look at the rest of the map while we're poking this Arizona, it looks like we're just trying to run into mid to the turf. Ours low HP, our base was pushing, Spitfire spamming as well. There's still this Hipper behind us. Like, I don't really think it was, I don't even think that anyone was caring. Looks like someone's realized that it was in fact Tuccy who got himself killed at the start of the game. Feels bad. But yeah, this game's pretty much secured. This game is basically secure. Like, they've lost Warships, correction, made that 5. They've lost a bunch of their tier 8s, they've lost their ability to contest, they've completely lost map control, so this game's over. And yeah, first time I've ever had 100% torpedo hit rate in a game. That is pretty incredible. So now all you need to do is to not launch more torpedoes, but 90,000 damage is pretty good in an Aki overall. Especially for a game that is, like, we're 6 minutes into the game, we're on 90k damage, and the game's basically won already. That's pretty incredible. Anyways, going back to the good old making sure we're paying attention to what's going on, which looks absolutely horrendous in replays shooting mode, so let's just do this. It's a very good thing to do in random. So you want to be having an observation of what's going around the rest of the map, especially if anyone's trying to aim and shoot at you. It definitely is a good thing and a good habit to have. It just can be very awkward with the I guess you call it polling rate in the replays. Obviously, this is before stealth firing nerfs. This is also obviously before smoke nerfs, which means that you can smoke up an ally. You can, you know, a battleship like a Yamato. You can shoot 2.1 kilometers away from the enemy and never be spotted. Let's have a look at the. He's more than healthy enough. It's not a major deal, but now we're going here to give a smoke screen. That's pretty apparent. In the meantime, I think our division mate's heading down there to deal with the Hipper and co. So we can pretty much just ram into a division mate and the into the original homer there, and we'll be able to cover him up. Only the central part of the ship needs to be covered, so you can just reverse there and he'll be perfectly safe as well. We definitely should just stop here and be able to poke as well, but we're going to be outside of the smoke screen. The last puffs back then were a little bit derpy, so you can see that there. Anyways, back into player cam, you see just shooting AP at the broadside of the Aki, 2-point-something thousand damage a salvo. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, since we're out of the smoke screen and the Aki is almost certainly torping, I guess we might as well just go forwards. Aki still hasn't figured out he needs to angle against us, so he's just bleeding a lot of HP really, really rapidly. Cyclone hits in 1 minute, a little bit more, and but I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. The game's going to be over. I mean, we're outside of the 8.0 flat kilometer range for the Bismarck to be able to spot us in a cyclone effect, but we still have a minute of being secondary fire. And the Bismarck's angled now. We might as well just poke him with HE, and that's what we're doing. Let's go back into free cam. There we go, we're outside of the 8.9 kilometer camera firing range, so we can pretty much just sit there and shoot here. Absolutely nothing is going to be getting spotted. Both the enemy remaining ships are outside of any reasonable combat area. I'm pretty sure we noticed the island, but we're trying to get the maximum firing angles against the Bismarcks here, so we don't really care. The game's going to be over within the next 30 seconds anyways, so the Cyclone's not even going to be able to fully kick in, but definitely would be a good thing just to continue chasing. Warspike goes down, so we actually get additional points to play with, so the game's not going to instantaneously end anyways, but In this case, it's just a question of getting a little bit more damage in the next 10 seconds before the Cyclone completely kicks in and we lose vision of the targets. Shooting at the Bismarck is the better thing to do because he's the guy that's going to be getting out of the Cyclone range, so that's generally just the better thing to do. He's trying to poke us back, but yeah, it's good try, almost. Yeah, now we just need to continue chasing, but in the Cyclone, we will not be able to invisibly shoot. So if we engage the turrets over here, we're going to be getting spotted in the process. And it looks like we've decided we don't want to be launching any torpedoes at that, mostly because we want to keep that 100% torpedo hit rate, because it, pretty sweet result to end up with. But yeah, someone saying shitty gameplay, who is it? It's the Miyoko. Yeah, we take a bit of a blapping from the turrets, but it's not a big deal. If we just sail perfectly angled to him, we'll be just fine. We can also reverse away from him to ensure we don't get ourselves into the torpedo range, and to reduce the chance of the Bismarck coming back, but nobody on our team's going to die, we don't get any fires, so that's basically game. Mostly just to show off this amazing 4 out of 4 torpedo salvo at the start. I mean, 2 in the Miyoko, 1 on Tuccy, and then in the Benson, and then 1 on the North Carolina, because he was not paying attention to dodge a single torpedo, comrade. Other than that, mostly just poking away at people, nothing too special. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!